Tim and Tony podcast brings you
the Mild Manner Movie Review with your host, Tim.
And Tony. On this week's episode, we will be talking about Idiocracy.
Are you good? Are you not entertained?
Cool party.
Great Scott! I have an army.
We have a Hulk.
People don't forget.
Welcome to Earth.
I'll be back.
You play ball like a girl!
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Fucking spectacular!
Are you good?
Oh, well, that
I'll
actually
listen to
worked.
it again.
That actually works.
Yeah. All right. So before we begin, we'll start with a few questions. You want to ask the first one? I made them.
You made them so you
So
know.
that, yeah.
Yes, let me just altering the angle a little bit. I'm going to do this. Yes, so why this movie?
Well, I picked it, and then I think I knew you didn't see. You haven't seen it
Yeah,
before.
I knew I hadn't seen it.
Yeah. So that was.
And there's a White House in it, so that
Yeah. It just
fits our
continues
theme.
the theme. There's a White House, a poorly managed White House in this.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, but that's why.
Yeah,
I
it was
guess, just random movie. There's nothing really new coming out that
And
has a prequel or
right, yeah,
Yeah.
that has anything, almost
Yeah.
anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But I was watching Terry Crews did one of those videos like looking back on his career,
yeah.
like the thing, and when they got to this one, they were like, "Yeah, man, it was a lot of." He's like, "It was a lot of fun to shoot," but then the studio's like, "Yeah, we can't put
We
this
can't
out."
put this up.
So he talked about that for a couple minutes, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. So how was your first watch through of the movie?
It was a movie, is for sure. It was good. I thought it was funny. I remember seeing a couple parts just from like GIFs and stuff on the internet, but I mean, I could see why Fox would be hesitant to put it out, but also like this is one of those movies where if you do put it out, there's going to be a cult following of just enjoying the hell out of it.
It's good.
And then, do you remember the first time you saw it?
Sort of. I saw it. It had to be like senior year of high school or freshman year of college, and it was on Comedy Central. So like, I think I started like halfway through. Like everything's blurred out.
There probably isn't much that you can see on it.
Yeah, like I don't know why I just kept watching it, and I think it was like really late at night too, and I like was like I'll fall asleep to this, and then I ended up watching the rest of it. It was like, all right, now I really gotta watch it.
Okay, now I gotta watch it.
I gotta find it and actually watch it. But like, and I think I like forgot the name of it for a while, so I didn't see it again.
Yeah, it's
like a couple months.
It's one of those titles that doesn't actually give anything away about the movie.
Yeah, but it was a while ago.
Yes, mine was within the past
Couple hours.
24 hours, I would say.
Okay, let's jump right into our first segment, a Tim and Tony review of Idiocracy.
Hold on to your butts.
This week we will be talking about Private Joe Bowers, the definition of average American, who was selected by the Pentagon to be the guinea pig for a top-secret hibernation program. Forgotten, he awakes 5 centuries in the future. He discovers a society so incredibly dumbed down that he's easily the most intelligent person alive. What's that premise just sounds like? What's the one with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence? Passenger?
Yeah.
Kind of got that high concept of send them into the future kind of thing.
Or like Wall-E.
Yeah.
It's an adult version of Wall-E.
I still don't think I've ever seen Wall-E,
Really?
actually. Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's one of the. I'm waiting for Disney Plus to come out, and I'm literally
Just
just
gonna
gonna
watch everything.
Start from 0 to whatever I'm gonna and go through them all.
All right, well, I'll start this week, I believe, right?
Yes.
So my honorable mentions, just one. The escaping prison scene is just great. Him walking through and the guy pointing at him like, you here. He's like, oh, no, I'm supposed to be leaving. Oh, dumbass, get in that line.
That line.
It says you haven't been here yet. No, I definitely been here. A guy sat on my face. Maybe check those files. And he just runs.
And
then the machine guns blow each other up. Yeah, that's just a great
was a good
scene. Number 5 is like the end, the rehabilitation. Where he's, one day, that's not too bad.
So
And
bad.
just like a monster truck thing, and he's just got a giant dildo on his car. Yeah.
Car barely works.
Yeah, and then what is it? Beef Supreme
Yeah.
is attacking him. That's just a great scene.
His brother.
Yeah, and then what is it? Frito and like the camera guy go to Starbucks to get hand jobs or whatever.
Apparently that's what Starbucks does in the future.
But like were we supposed to be doing something? Like getting a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a great scene. Joe number 4. Joe never realizing that Rita's a prostitute.
Yeah. Until the
How would
even
Upgrade
at the,
think
yeah.
if you were sleeping with a stranger and she just laughs like
She picks up on it very early.
Yeah.
That he has no idea.
no idea, yeah, and she just messes with him pretty much.
Are you gonna keep painting? Yeah.
Yeah, and then the painting at the end just awful. Number 3 is the cast. I mean, like Terry Crews, and then Michael Bolton from Office Space is in it.
That's what he was.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy looks so familiar. I can't place it though.
Justin Long is in it.
Yeah, he shows up.
I mean, Dax and Luke are great. Maya Rudolph is great.
Yeah. Was she on SNL then?
2006 is when this came out. I don't think so.
She was on 2000. Yeah, so it says she was in 2000. Yeah, so
2006 though was the movie. Oh, or last year was 2000. Or wait,
or she started in 2000. From 2000 to 2007.
oh, so she still was.
Yep.
And like, I'm guessing this probably filmed 2004 because they waited a year.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, right in the middle of her
Mhm.
SNL years.
Yeah, but the cast is great. Number 2 is just the year 2505. Just I think you go into like the companies and all that stuff, but like the buildings that are tied together because they're
just
falling
together.
Just Costco is just all the aisles are crashed.
Costco is just the size of Texas. Like it's almost what it looks like.
Yeah, it's just great.
Yeah, the technology is an hour walk down that way.
Mm-hmm. And then like the time machine when Charlie Chaplin started World War II.
And then they got like all the T-Rexes.
Yeah. Just the whole that like the time period that they said it in is just hysterical.
Yeah.
And then number 1 is Luke Wilson and Dax Shepard together are great, and Dax plays like the best idiot
Exactly.
of all time.
From experience or just being very, very good, I
Yeah.
don't know, but he pulls it off.
Yeah, and I object. You're my lawyer.
Yeah, he's screwing me over. He busted my
He
apartment.
busts my apartment. They're all like, boo. He's like, what are you doing? Yeah, then I would throw another. I'd throw one honorable mention just for Justin Long's doctor.
I was gonna write down his name, but it was like, crap, I forgot. That's bad of me to have forgot. Because I was watching, I'm like, oh, all the names mean something, but I'll get to that later.
Yeah, but those are my
So
top
there-
5.
All right. My honorable mentions is that 84 minutes is like the perfect length for this movie.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you get exactly enough to like get the story going and the background, and then move it along. You could probably find ways to make it longer, but with what it is,
Yeah, you don't
it was
need
like the
to,
perfect.
yeah.
They set up the story, everything happened, and that was that. My number 5 is that like the real companies that they use. Some of them are like Costco's real.
Costco, yeah. Starbucks.
But like other ones like Fuddruckers, they just keep
Changing
the name to
Buttfuckers.
Buttfuckers.
And then was it when she picks up the phone?
Carl's Jr.
Oh, Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. is like a huge part of it.
Why don't you say it if you're so smart,
you're-
dumbass?
They don't put his. They just put Justin Long as doctor, not
Yeah.
like, the name.
Oh,
name
his
tag.
actual name.
It was.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. We'll have to.
We'll have to look it up and post it later.
Yeah. Then I think Rita picks up the phone and it's like, brought to you by Exxon Taco Bell, and it reminds me of Parks and Rec there when they combined them all. But yeah, like when they use the real.
Yeah, it was just like
funny.
3 or 4 company names right in a row. And then my number 4 was also the rehabilitation scene, just like the monster truck gladiator arena type.
Yeah.
It makes it's like Thor Ragnarok before Thor Ragnarok happens, where it's just like absurd. They're like talking to each other, like, "Oh yeah, I know this guy."
And Mike Judge was who directed it.
He
Is
was
the
announcer,
announcer,
right?
which I didn't know until reading all that stuff.
Yeah, sometimes, which there was not a lot of trivia, but sometimes reading it, you get those little tidbits,
Yeah.
like what the director adds in and stuff like that. My number 3 was how over like 500 years humanity evolves to just what the basic wants of everybody, so just money and sex, basically. It's like, oh, I like money. If I get 30 billion and you get 20 billion,
What
how
is
much
that?
do you get?
80 billion. Ooh, that's a lot of billion. Or was it Rita gets thrown in jail not for prostitution but for not putting it out?
This woman got paid but didn't put out.
Didn't put out.
Hey, it doesn't look like she's putting out. Oh no, she did. We're good.
We're good. It doesn't look like she's putting out.
And then my number 2 is like the names of the characters. So like, I don't even remember President Camacho.
His last name.
Dwayne.
Oh yeah, it was like
Dwayne something Mountain Dew.
it was like 5 or 6 names.
But like it seems like a lot of them are Taco Bell items, like beef supreme,
Yeah.
Frito. They had some like Frito.
It was
like Frito stuff.
Yeah, Dax Shepard's character is Frito.
Frito Pendejo or something.
Yeah, Pendejo.
But yeah, like obviously like Mountain Dew. So Taco Bell, and there was like the Pepsi behind and like the House of Represent.
Oh yeah.
I also like how it like the stadium, like not the billboard, the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Is like in the House of Representatives, like
Yeah.
showing everybody what's going on in the arena.
Or the what is it? I just had it. The hospital. The name of the hospital. They ran out of room.
St. God's Memorial Hospital, and
it trails off onto the bottom. It's just great.
yeah, all of that was hilarious. Like the
Yeah,
little
like
nods,
you need to like watch it like a few times just to catch
all the tiny stuff that
yeah.
they put in. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I feel like I still notice things every time.
Yeah, something different at every watch. And then my number 1 is that they had Luke Wilson saying "wow" instead of Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you did that. I think it was like really early on when they did it, but I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. All right. A few problems. I mean, there's nothing really.
No,
I mean, it's a stupid comedy.
It's a stupid comedy that, yeah, that's basically, you can find problems with like.
Yeah, goofs or something.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But there's
that'd be nitpicking it really.
Yeah, there's nothing really though.
No main anything, and the story's like short enough to where.
Yeah, I guess
it takes liberties, sure, with like timing, but
yeah, that the pod is only supposed to last a year and last 500 maybe,
and there was no electricity plugged into it for 500 years,
and they're still alive. Yeah, like I guess that, but
that
even
would
then,
be, yeah.
So let's move on to favorite quotes. My first one is right after he becomes Secretary of the Interior, and he brings Rita in, and they're in the bedroom, and they're like talking, and Rita's like, "You think Einstein walked around walking around thinking everyone was a bunch of dumb shits?" Joe's like, "Yeah, I hadn't thought of that." And Rita goes, "Now you know why he built that bomb," which is just great.
Yeah.
And then my second one is from Officer Collins in the beginning. He's like talking about upgrade. He goes, "You see, a pimp's love is very different from that of a square." And then someone else is like, "Officer Collins." He's like, "Okay," and then he just starts going through the slides. Just great. And then number 3 is the narrator when Joe's in the movie theaters. The number 1 movie in America was called Ass, and that's all it was for 90 minutes. It won 8 Oscars that year, including Best Screenplay.
Yeah, just the absurdity of all of that. Okay, so my first quote was Frito and the camera guy when they were like walking to the car. He's like, I can't believe you like money too. We should hang out."
I can't believe you like money too.
And then my second one is Joe and like in the meeting he was having with like all the other secretaries and stuff. He goes, "What are these electrolytes? Do you even know?" And the Secretary of State goes, "They're what they use to make Brondo." He goes, "But why do they use them to make Brondo?"
Because that's what.
Secretary of Defense raises his hand. He's like, "Because Brondo's got electrolytes." So just like that circular logic of why do they have it? Because they have it. Because it's great. And then my third quote, I kind of modified it because I didn't see it on there.
Yeah.
But the secretary goes, "I'm Secretary of State, brought to you by Carl's Jr." And Joe goes, "Why do you keep saying that?" And he says, "Well, because they pay me whenever I do say it." Pretty smart. Why didn't you think I'd do that? Or that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Because they pay me every time. Brought to you by Carl Jr. Why do you keep saying that? And they say it like 5 or 6 times before he finally asks.
Yeah, before he says anything.
And it's like a bunch of them keep saying it. Yeah, there's so many good quotes though.
Yeah, there's a lot of like small dumb ones. Yeah. There isn't really. There's a couple like longer ones, but it's all part of like the gag that's going on.
Yeah. Just love when he stands up when he's president and flicks everybody off. Not sure. Yeah. And then I love that.
That whole
You mean Secretary Interior? Not sure.
But yeah, getting his name was another good, or like his name and his tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we're done with quotes, let's move on to some TNT trivia about the movie, starting with Who Am I?
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus.
I'm Batman.
I'm Wayne Brady, bitch!
I am your father.
I am vengeance. I am the knight. I am Batman.
I am the Clit Commander.
I am Groot.
Yes, I'm Batman.
I'm rich, biatch!
All right, I will go first with my person. See if we can make it 3 in a row.
I doubt it, but let's give it a go.
All right, first movie is Sideways, Easy A, Tombstone, and Spider-Man 3.
That would be the CEO of Brondo. Oh wait, I just found him. Thomas Hayden Church?
Yes, that is correct. All right, so I got 3 random facts. He did not start acting until he was 28 years old. Yeah. Said he pretty much retired from acting and was spending most of his time on his ranch in Texas when Alexander Payne asked him to star in Sideways in 2004. And then director Sam, which got him the role in Spider-Man 3, and then director Sam Raimi thanked him for doing Spider-Man 3 by giving him a copy of Amazing Spider-Man 4, the comic book issue that featured the first appearance of Sandman.
Okay. I'm going to go... Oh, wait, let me go back. My Who Am I? I am known for Lost, Mulholland Drive, Happy, and Mad Men.
It was the guy in the beginning. Give me a second.
I think you're going to get it correct, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Yuppie or whatever.
Yeah, the husband.
There it is. Oh. Trying to get to Idiocracy. Patrick Fischler.
Yes. Okay. This is some interesting trivia. The famous Patrick's Roadhouse restaurant in Santa Monica is named after him.
He was going to be one of my picks, so I read a couple of these. Yeah.
Something I didn't know is he's the brother-in-law of actress Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Did not know that. And then just kind of another one. He appeared as a guest star in Castle and Scandal. Both episodes aired in 2012 and just a month apart, and he played basically the same role, or like the same type of role. When I saw him, I recognized him, but I don't know what the one thing I recognized him from is. So I've been trying to go through
and figure it out.
See like what he's been in.
He's been in a ton of TV shows.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Because like a lot of TV shows I've seen these and I'm like, oh, that's what it could. Mm-hmm. That's what he could be from, but I haven't seen anything
that popped out. Yeah,
that's that's the one that I'm picturing him from.
Yeah, he's great and Happy, or was great and Happy. Now that that's canceled as well.
Damn, they canceled that one too.
Damn you, Sci-Fi. All right.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Random facts about the movie. In Cleavon in the beginning, in his family tree, you could see Hank and Bobby Hill, a dog, a monkey, a goat, Donald Rumsfeld, George W. Bush, and Condoleezza Rice.
I was going to say there had to be someone or like something in there where it was like just with everybody on there.
Oh, and then when Joe is escaping from prison, he runs past a rusted out DeLorean. An obvious nod to Back to the Future.
That I do remember seeing that.
Mm-hmm. And then the script title was originally The United States of America, which I think would have been
that would have been.
And then the working title was 3001.
A little play on the time. My facts about the movie: when Joe is being apprehended by the police in Costco, the background screens display why he's wanted. It says for being a dick, for escaping from jail, and for fucking up lots of shit.
Fucking up lots of shit.
My second one is the main character's name is Joe Bowers, who is made the Secretary of the Interior, who, like, the whole point of it is, like, he's trying to solve the issue of why the crops don't grow in the future. And Bauer is the German word for farmer.
Interesting.
Yep. A little language knowledge there. And then my third one is nearly all of the logos for the actual present-day businesses are altered in the future. The only one that's not is the Fox News logo, because that's who released the film.
I love it, and that's the only one, too.
The only one that they didn't change.
All right. Final thoughts. Anything we missed?
Oh, I'm sure there's a bunch of like small, tiny
small
stuff.
Scenes, yeah. Like when he's getting tested to see what's wrong with him. He's like mouth, ear, butt.
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute, and he grabs him and he's trying to like
he's
watch
like looking
him,
at all.
And then you see him just run to the water fountain.
He picks the one. He's like, really,
really,
really. That's the one. And everyone in line's like, hurry up,
dumbass! Just like yelling at him. Yeah, there's so many small scenes that are just hysterical. But next up, we'll pretend like we're in charge and recast the movie. So I did mine with FX comedies.
Yep.
Because and I've been trying. We were talking, and I've been trying to get this guy casted in a movie.
In something.
Yeah. But for Joe, I went with H. John Benjamin.
That's a good one.
From
That's
Archer.
A really good one. Yeah.
And then, of course, for Rita, I had to go Aisha Tyler,
Yeah.
from Archer as well. So Lana. Maybe change her name to Lana.
Yeah. Who is like really buddy with Stephen Amell now?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, aren't they doing a wine? And they go
I
on.
think they did wine and all from all of that. I think they kind of.
For Frito, I went with Charlie Day from Always Sunny.
That's a good one.
President Camacho, I went with Jason Mantzoukas from The League.
Yep.
Officer Collins, this was my favorite one.
This is,
Chris Parnell from Archer, I think is perfect.
That's exactly what he should be playing.
Yeah. Upgrade, I went with Donald Glover from Atlanta, which is the only show on the list that I haven't actually seen, but I've heard good things.
But you've cast 2 people from it.
I know. Well, I was like, I don't want to do another person from a show I've seen. Beef Supreme, I went Danny DeVito, Always Sunny. Secretary of State, Zach Galifianakis, Baskets. Secretary of Defense, David Hornsby from Always Sunny, Rickety Cricket. Attorney General, Zazie Beetz from Atlanta, or Domino from
Deadpool.
Yep. The Doctor, I went with Taco, Jonathan LaJoy from The League.
Yeah, that's.
And the Brando CEO, I went with Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows.
Those are all very good ones. For my recasting, I went with SNL actors, and I didn't pick a decade. Just all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll start with the one that my MO, when the one newscaster for when right after like everyone was rioting, the female news anchor I'm going to cast as Cecily Strong.
Okay.
Because one, she looks very much like her. For Joe, I went with Bill Hader. Rita, I went with Molly Shannon. Frito, Andy Samberg.
That's perfect.
President Camacho, I went with Bill Murray.
That's another.
Officer Collins, I did Daryl Hammond.
That's that's even. I think that's the
him. I think I was picturing Chris Parnell, but I was like, nah, I like Daryl Hammond too.
Mm-hmm.
That works. Upgrade, Kenan Thompson.
Yep.
Oh, how did I?
You missed.
What? I missed one.
Beef Supreme.
I think I was gonna do Bill Hader. Crap. Beef Supreme.
Will Ferrell or
Jason
Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis.
I like him.
I'm gonna yeah. He works well with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Secretary of State, I went with Jimmy Fallon, and the Secretary of Defense, Horatio Sands. I think I got this right. Attorney General was the girl one.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Kate McKinnon.
Mm-hmm.
The Doctor, I went with David Spade.
That's a good one.
And the Brando CEO, I went with Mike Myers.
Very good recasting.
I'm liking we're getting the themes going.
Yeah.
Sticking with them. And now it's time for us to rank our top 5 Luke Wilson movies.
All right. So my 5, I didn't do any honorable mentions because like the movies I would have picked, he had small roles.
Yeah.
Like he was in Concussion. He played Goodell. And then there was like other ones that I was looking at where he had small roles. But number 5, I went
Anchorman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was,
number 5, Legally Blonde. He's good in that.
Yep.
4, I go Idiocracy. 3, Middlemen. The one about they like start when the internet got real big. They were the ones that did like the porn and like made tons of millions of dollars off of it. Number 2, Blue Streak, and then number 1, Old School.
Yeah. So my top 5, my number 5, Anchorman. Like I said, I haven't seen many movies with Luke Wilson, but I included this as his cameo one. Number 4, Legally Blonde. Number 3, Idiocracy. 2, Old School, and 1 had to be Blue Streak.
Yeah.
That is definitely my favorite movie of his. And Martin Lawrence for that. Well, of Luke Wilson's. His Bad Boys is definitely up there.
Yeah. True. Let's see. For our last segment, let's talk about the geek news.
Clark Kent, just a mild-mannered reporter.
He doesn't want to be famous, and I'll make him infamous.
General, haven't you ever heard of freedom of the press?
Well, I'm not a cop. I'm a reporter.
Gossip, rumors, panic in the streets. We're lucky.
Vicky Vale. I'm intrigued by Alex's giant bat story, so I've done some...
Oh, right. The Batman.
Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
It is not. I resent that. Slander is spoken. In print, it's libel.
The police won't help. The press has to do the right thing.
You serious?
Are you not entertained?
You know what? Both of those have worked perfectly. Amazing.
Perfect. First up on the docket, Dolomite Is My Name trailer came out. A new Netflix movie starring Eddie Murphy. Did you see the trailer?
I have not seen the trailer. No.
So it's a true story about this black comedian who's coming up and like made this character and then decided to make a star in his own movie about the character.
Really?
Yeah, and it looks pretty funny. Like tons of people are in it.
I'm sure that it's going to be. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah, the trailer looks hysterical though. Yeah, I think it comes out either end of this month or next month.
Okay, pretty soon. And then also we got the news that Krypton is canceled after 2 seasons.
No, I'm very upset about that.
And that show was doing pretty well
I
from
know.
everything I've seen and read, and everyone seems to like it too.
The ratings were down this season, but I don't know.
After one season,
and I don't know. Sci-Fi schedule's so weird, where they start in the summer.
Right, so it's like not
it's not a good
time for it to release.
Yeah, and they waited like over a year and a half to release season 2.
Right.
So I don't know.
So unless they're canceling it on Sci-Fi to move it to
DC Universe, or
but I mean they're canceling all their
Warner Media.
Yeah.
No, well they only the one they've canceled so far was Swamp Thing. But yeah, because I guess Stargirl's next after Titans 2. And then
which that's in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
first week of September.
And then Doom Patrol got a second season, but I think they might be moving to the Warner Media.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get them to pick it up because I haven't finished season 2, but season 2's finale. I've got some spoilers.
I was gonna say, didn't they do that where like they pretty much not changed, but like
they changed
a bunch of stuff.
Well, even at season 1 they changed a lot. Yeah, but I guess they changed them more and like Adam Strange is wearing his comic book accurate outfit.
Wow.
And
so they're
and another
they write it going into
and then I really wish I didn't see this one, but I kind of was guessing they were going to do it, but they showed some hawk-like people flying in the sky.
Okay.
So
damn,
I know, and I guess that's the finale. So that would piss me off even more. Like if I think I'm only like 3 episodes in because I'm waiting for Luch, which
but still, like seeing that, leaving off on that means so many different.
And then they canceled the Lobo show they were gonna do, so maybe they're moving them all over.
They might be.
Otherwise, I'm giving up on Sci-Fi because they
start
me on these good shows and then they cancel them. I don't care if you finish them out, just don't leave it.
Don't give me 2 on a cliffhanger and nothing after.
Yeah, and then last up, Ian McGregor is going to be playing Obi-Wan again on the Obi-Wan show on Disney Plus.
Finally, after they're canceling a bunch of Fox stuff, they're like, "Oh yeah, let's give Obi-Wan a show."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't.
That's he was probably the best part of the prequel.
Yeah.
One of the best parts.
Liam Neeson.
And
then they killed
Natalie Portman.
Yeah, and then they killed the only good part of episode 1, Darth Maul.
Yeah.
But then they brought him back though. So.
they brought him back. He's still around, and
yeah, but
I
think he was probably the best part of those though.
Yeah,
by far. I mean,
definitely
he's in all 3.
Definitely the most liked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his character is. Hasn't Obi-Wan been in every movie? At some, maybe not like 7 or 8, or 7 he was. His voice was. 8, I don't think he was, even in Force Ghost.
No, but
9, everyone's gonna be back. So
I don't think Empire though. Did he show up or no? You hear his voice.
Does he show up at the end?
I think that's Return.
Oh, he shows up at the end with all of them.
In Return, not Empire.
Wasn't that Empire?
I thought that was Return.
The last one where like they're all at the
Celebration.
Yeah,
that's Return. Empire's 2.
So what happened?
Empire's 2. You're mixing them up.
Apparently, two or 3 was Hoth.
2.
Okay, so you're still right.
2
Empire was at the end when they're on Endor.
No, that's 3.
2. That's
3.
what I'm talking about. Okay, are we talking numbers or movies?
Movies. Empire's 2.
5.
No Endor.
It's 5.
5, and then 6 is Return.
Return, where they
all show up. But Empire, I don't think he shows up.
where they all show up as Force Ghosts.
Yeah, but I don't think Empire he shows up as a Force Ghost.
I mean, the whole movie's based on. He talks to him. Whatever. The whole Force thing gets weird. Who can die and come back and who can?
I think we only hear his voice in.
Well, he's still in it then.
True.
But yeah, I see what you mean. Yes,
Yeah.
I do get them mixed. Because there's the number order, then there's release order. And then
True.
Rogue One, and then...
and then Rogue One. He wasn't in that one. I know that.
Do we, though?
They just had a small clip. Hi.
Just cut to a desert, like, what's this guy doing?
Just sitting there, throwing rocks into a hat or something. All right, well... Now that we tangent there, before we wrap up, let's look ahead to what's coming up.
Our next episode.
Yeah, is 114. I think I messed up the number last week.
And I still haven't put the timestamps on the last one, which I'm like, oh crap! I'll do that I'll do that later.
Yeah, but we will be doing Batman Hush, a new animated movie.
We've both read it almost a couple times now.
Yeah, but haven't seen the movie yet.
Right.
So it'll be
interesting to see
what the differences and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just read it not too long ago, so
yeah, it's
kind of fresh.
Pretty fresh for you.
So we'll see. And then 115 will be A Knight's Tale.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. So that's been our show today. Hope you enjoyed it.
You can follow us on social media and our website, timandtonytalk.com. And remember, share this with your friends.
And make sure to join us next week for the Mild Manner movie review. Yep.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Thanks for listening. I'm Tim.
And I'm Tony. We are the dynamic duo. Good night.
Good night.